Hey guys, it's Bree from AZ, and today I'm gonna do our first budget of 2021, which will be January paycheck number 1, which will be on the 8th for us. So let me zoom you guys in. I hope you guys had a good New Year's and a Christmas. New Year's we really didn't do anything. It was my daughter's birthday. I went and got her a bunch of little things for her birthday, and we got a bunch of like baking supplies because she wanted to make brownies and cookies and things like that, so that's what we did. We still have some left over that we need to make, so we ended up doing that. She did not want a cake, she wanted brownies, so we had brownies and ice cream for her birthday. So that is what we did. Nobody came over. Again, our family is still dealing with a lot of the coronavirus and things like that, so we just had something simple for her. Just a second. Something to write on because my surface is it's a desktop, what do you call it, like cover, so it's like foamy, so I don't want to write on that or I'll end up with holes in my paper. So okay, so let's get started. So for my income, I'm gonna guess it's gonna be around $14.60. So this will be a little bump from what I had before. This is only because my FSA card, my flexible spending account for medical and dental and all that kind of stuff, I brought it down quite a bit from what I had before, just because last year I didn't use it all that much. So this year I just did a small portion of it, just in case we have co-pays or anything like that. So that's why my income would have increased just a little bit. We are no longer getting hazard pay. That ended on the end of the year. So I'm pretty sure this is around what I'll be making. I don't know the exact number yet, but once I do, I'll start incorporating that number into my budgets ahead. My husband, however, could end up getting some hazard pay as he worked the last week in December, but because we're unsure if that's actually happening, I'll just still keep him at the 1080. And then for rollover, we're expecting around $50. And then other, we aren't expecting anything as of right now. My son does not owe this pay period, as he paid us last pay period for his phone, so that had already come out. So now we have our total being $2,590. Okay, so then now we will go to our bills. Our first bill for the pay period will be our Desert Financial, which is our credit union, and it will be for our Audi, and that's on the 11th. And our payment is $366.27. Then we will have Disney Plus, and that's going to be on the 12th, and that's going to be $7.61. Okay, and then we'll have our Avant loan, which is a personal loan. I believe we have about another 1.5 years on this. So we may start working on that as our debt snowball for this year. Okay, that's $408.72. And then we have my husband's PayPal, which is on the 14th as well. And that is for his Apple storage, which is $1.06. And then we have our GRTI, which is our phone and internet. So I believe this is the last, I believe this is the last month that our tribe will be helping us out with the internet. So this is the last time. It will be $29.15, I believe, unless they come up with a new agreement. Then it may still stay the same, and that's only because the schools here on the reservation are online only. Nobody is attending school, so they want to make sure everybody is capable of having internet in their home. So that is why our internet is so low the past couple months. So now we have my husband's Discover, which is due also on the 15th, and we schedule that for $65. And this has raised again because his monthly payment is $40, and then he also pays our Sirius XM in our vehicles and Amazon Music. So he pays that with that credit card, so that amount got raised to $65 a month. Okay, and then now our Hulu, which is due on the 21st at $24.65. Okay, so that is what we have for these bills for this pay period. Okay, so let's go down to our variables. So we're going to start here, and again I'm going to start putting our spending here because these are not cash envelopes. These are variables that we get every pay period. So these amounts never change unless there is a need to, as like maybe we didn't make enough in our income, or a bill, you know, increased quite a bit and we weren't planning on it, you know, something like that. It may just vary as to how many bills we have that pay period. As you can see here, we only have 7. Sometimes it can be up to 10 or 11, and you know, we will have to adjust these numbers accordingly. So these are our variables, as they can change from pay period to pay period. These are our fixed expenses. These are numbers that hardly ever change. So these amounts will be the same almost every month until they're paid off. So now we have my spending. And we will do that at $100 as well. So that's $50 per week for me and my husband. Now we will go down to our groceries and household. There's no pay for that, and then that is going to be $400. We've been pretty good staying at $400, although when we were in quarantine, we had people bringing us stuff, and it was just kind of like real necessity type things. So this last pay period, as you can see when I do my closeout, I can go over that a little bit more, but we needed to stock up on a little bit more items, and we went over extremely, but I did try to deposit some money from my personal and things like that to kind of compensate for the overage that I spent, you know, on groceries and household. Like, you know, because we were in quarantine, I wanted to make sure we had, you know, Lysol and wipes and things like that. And a lot of places, you know, you can only get one, and then even at that, they kind of like bumped the prices up in some stores, so they were a little bit more costly than I would normally buy them at. But in order to make sure that we took care of the virus that was in my son's room, I had to constantly spray everywhere and wipe everything down, just so that we, the others in the house, wouldn't get it, which came in really handy because we were able just to contain it to my son and his room. So that is why, like, it's mostly the household budget that went up, but since it's household and groceries, you will see, like, I went way over that just because of that fact as well. So, but that will be in the next video when I close out our budget on Friday. But I do work Friday, so it'll probably be Saturday that I'll be filming that and hopefully getting that out. Okay, sorry. I just wanted to explain why these numbers are the way they are, as some people are still new to my channel. Gas is going to remain the same at $1.75. And again, me and my husband both work 45 minutes away from where we live. So we do go through gas quite a bit sometimes, and so that kind of keeps us at where we need to be. A lot of times we're way under. Like right now, you know, we're still in rotation. We don't work every single day. My husband works every other day. I work every third day of the, you know, so like this week I worked Monday and then I worked Friday. It would have been Thursday, but our office was closed on Tuesday due to they were fogging the office building for coronavirus. They wanted to fog the building to kind of get in there and get where, you know, wipes and Lysol can't reach. So we ended up having to move our rotation back one day. So so yeah, so I go in every 3 days or every 2 days. I don't know how you want to say it. Every 2 days, I guess. So that is that. So in essence, we still work every single week, every single day. Gas is being used, but only out of one vehicle. So I don't know if that makes sense, but anyways, we try to just use the car for going to work, since that is the longest traveling that we do. And it takes less gas, so it only takes like 25 to fill it up, as to where our SUV takes up to $50-$60 sometimes to fill, and that's only because we don't use unleaded. We used mid-grade or premium in our SUV just to keep it the engine better in the long run, so we never use unleaded on our SUV. So that is why that is there. So it'll be like 2 fill-ups for the SUV and maybe 2 to 3 fill-ups for the car within the pay period. So that's why we keep it at $175. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to work at home due to I work for like a law office, and I can't have the ability. I can't have the ability to take the files home because they're confidential. I do work with children and things like that, so everything is confidential, and bringing things home like that is a breach of that confidentiality and possibility of somebody getting that information that shouldn't be. So that is why I cannot work from home. And our eating out is at $200. Again, we like to eat out on the weekends. During the week, we try to cook out every single day. Not cook out, but cook at home every single day. And on the weekends is time that we just don't want to mess with cooking. So we use our eating out money for that. Okay, and then we have miscellaneous and budget. And that's going to be at $25. And I guess you can say that's kind of like our buffer in case, you know, something does come up. I'm pretty good at making sure everything is paid for. I have everything accounted for throughout the first 4 months of this year. And I'll keep continuing to go on to make sure that I know what's coming up in the future months. So I mean, there are rare times when, you know, something does come up, but it's usually pretty small, so $25 we're able to keep within that. Okay, so now we can go down to our cash envelopes. Oh, first let's get our totals here. So our total is going to be $1,902.46. Leaving us with a balance of $687.54. Okay, so now let's go down to our cash envelopes. So we will bring that amount at $687.54. And our first category is our car maintenance. And we will be adding $50 to that. And then we have our car registration. Which is not due until October. Again, we have 2 vehicles, and I believe they're both due in October, and one, the SUV, we have a personalized plate, so we have to pay extra for that. So that's just going to be $10. So I'm estimating around $200 for both registrations together. So then we have clothing. Again, we will estimate that at $20. Our emergency fund. Will be $20. Again, this is our house emergency fund. This is not our $1,000, as we already have that in our savings and are working on our 3-month of bills. So that emergency fund is just to have for our house, just in case we need cash for anything that comes up. And this category is a new category, family gifts, and that's going to be $20. And then school, we're going to estimate $30. And I'm going to bring this down just a little bit for school, since there's a big possibility that my daughter will not be attending school physically, probably until the next year, as our cases here in Arizona have taken a skyrocket to the highest in the country. So I don't believe she'll be attending school. And as for my boys in high school, they are hybrid, so they go 2 days out of the week, and they pretty much have everything they need, so they won't need anything for the rest of the year. Vacation, we are putting $20 away, and again, we're not planning on going anywhere, but we are saving just for when the time comes. So adding all those together equals $160, giving us a balance of $527.54. Okay, so now we will go up here. So our pay date is 1/8/21 going to 1/22/22. Okay. So for our sinking funds, oh, let me bring this number down from up there, 54. Okay, so for our sinking funds will be Addison, which her birthday just passed. We'll be adding $10. And this is for her next year's birthday. Then we have our daughter Amy. And hers will also be $10. Then we have Amazon Prime, and we'll just be adding $5 to there. This is probably one that I won't be filling every single time, but maybe I'll just throw $1 in there just to keep it going, as we already have our yearly fee for this year, which is not until May, but I just want to make sure that there's always money in there coming in. So so this may or may not be a sinking fund every single time. Okay, for our anniversary, we'll be adding $10. What we ended up using our anniversary money for was new pots and pans. We've been needing to do that for a while now, so I ended up getting a good deal at Bed Bath & Beyond. I had you know, quite a few coupons saved up, so I ended up using our anniversary money for that, as my husband said that's what we really need. So we got that. So next is Caden, and we're adding $10 to his envelope. Dean, adding $10 to his, and then our other son, Gary, will be getting 10. So I'm trying to make these even for the birthdays so that the amounts will come out the same in the end. As last year, I barely started saving in April, so I didn't get to the 150 for Amy and Gary, but they got 120, so I'm hoping we'll be at 150 by the time we hit their birthday. Okay, so next we have graduation. And we'll be adding 10 for that. And then our oldest son, Sebastian. Again, we'll be adding 10. And then our last sinking fund will be our sports fund. again, this is for playing fees, fundraisers, t-shirts, traveling, like, you know, they prepare dinner for them when they're traveling. They get to take food on the go, so, you know, that kind of incorporates what they'll be using for football. So I'm going to start saving that for the football season, which will probably be, they start in the summer at the end of the school year. So, well, I don't know about this year, but that's how it was before. So adding all these up is $90. Subtract from our $527 now gives us $437.54. We will bring that down to our extra debt, $437.54. So our snowball debt will be $50, and that's just a number that we feel comfortable giving. And saving, so $50 from the $437 now gives us $387.54. Okay, so now we go down to our last category, which is $387.54, and this will be our joint savings. And this time I am going to put $100 in, and leaving us with $287.54 for our rollover. And we are going to be needing this rollover for the next pay period, as we have our SUV, which is $600, so that takes a big chunk of our income. So having this gives us a better chance of being under budget for the next pay period. Okay, so there we have it, guys. There is our budget for the first paycheck in January. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below or email me, and I will get back to you guys. All right. Oh, forgot. We are almost at 200 subscribers. So if we hit that by Saturday, I will go over the instructions on what the new giveaway will be. So I've started putting little things together, so hopefully I can get that done by Saturday, and I will pick, I think this time I'm just going to do 2 winners, as last time it was hard to get a hold of people. So this time I will just be doing 2 giveaways beginning on Saturday. So look out for that. So once we hit that 200, I will go ahead and announce all of the instructions in the video. Okay guys, bye.